We have yet another Kamala Harris scandal. She and the Biden administration set aside $42 billion to connect people to the internet. And 1,000 days after that money's been granted, they haven't had turned on one internet provider, even as they screwed over Elon Musk. We're going to get to that at the very end. I'm John Mike Keene. That's my pen name. Some of you know who I really am, but let's not spoil the secret on this channel. You guys are inside of the joke. Thanks for being in here with me, and thank you guys for subscribing. Here's Brendan Carr, the FCC commissioner. He's a Republican, exposing the whole thing.
In 2021, Vice President Harris agreed to lead the administration's signature $42 billion effort to extend internet service to millions of Americans.
$42 billion, and there's nothing to show for it. I'm going to cut to it. I'm going to show you the video in a minute. I just wanted to show you that was Jamie Raskin in the background. Totally embarrassed. Why isn't he running his mouth now? Where's Raskin now after this giant scandal? $42 billion of money vanished with zero internet connection.
It's now been 1,039 days since that program was enacted. After all of that time, not one person has been connected to the internet. Not one home, not one business.
This is why you grab your wallet when the government says, we're from the government and we're here to help. They can help nothing. They can do nothing. We ought to totally shrink the giant Leviathan government, cut it in half, take that money, allow the people to keep more of their own money and do their own work privately, because the private sector could have done this through Elon Musk's company.
And it gets worse. No infrastructure builds will even start until sometime next year at the earliest, and in many cases, not until 2026. This makes Vice President Harris's $42 billion initiative the slowest moving federal broadband deployment program in recent history.
And it starts to tell you something about Kamala Harris's form of leadership. It's chaos.
With Vice President Harris at the helm, Politico recently reported on the, quote, frustration and finger pointing that defined the program's, quote, messy, delayed rollout.
This is what you get with Democrats. But wait.
She added that the administration, quote, has provided either no guidance, guidance given too late, or guidance changing midstream. The administration, she said, is slowing states down.
We literally could have had faster internet if they did not pass this bill, because this bill prevented competition. This is anti-meritocratic, typical Democrat garbage.
So what has the administration been doing over the last 1,039 days instead of connecting Americans? It's been advancing a wish list of progressive policy goals.
At least we have the right diversity hires up at the top. Forget the internet connectivity that would actually help a diversity of Americans connect to the internet.
The $42 billion program led by Vice President Harris is being used to push a climate change agenda, DEI requirements, price controls, preferences for government-run networks, and rules that will lead to wasteful overbuilding.
Oh, in other words, they're pushing the state religion. This is what they've turned. The United States has a state religion. You know, there's the non-establishment clause. We have established an atheistic religion, which is diversity, which is the climate change stuff. It's in the military. It's in every aspect of government, public schools. They push this religion, this ideology on everyone.
All of this will leave rural communities behind. Frankly, it would not be the only time the Biden-Harris administration has left rural America behind.
And this is the story you all really need to hear. But look, there's Miss Crockett. I don't see her running her mouth right now. She's awful quiet. Nothing to say.
In 2020, the FCC secured a commitment from Starlink to provide internet to 640,000 homes and businesses for about $1,300 per location in federal support. But the government revoked that award last year after President Biden gave agencies the green light to go after Musk.
It shows how they were always after him, is that Elon Musk had the contract. Everyone would have been wired with internet by now, but because he bought X and got free speech going on the internet, that's when the Biden-Harris regime targeted his company. Remember, they pulled funding for Tesla also. And now they also further punished Elon Musk by pulling the contract for Starlink. And then they took the $42 billion and have not spent one dime of it on getting internet connectivity going. This is your government on Democrat policies. We have to vote these bums out and vote Trump in to save this democracy. I'm John Mike Keane.